5 years ago, people living with non-communicable diseases like heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, and mental health conditions were left out of the important decisions that affect our daily lives. Decision makers talked about us, but never to us. In 2017, Our Views, Our Voices, an initiative by NCD Alliance and people living with NCDs, set out to promote the meaningful involvement of people living with non-communicable diseases in the NCD response. The initiative supports and enables us to share our views in order to take action and drive change. Our Views, Our Voices is guided by a global advisory committee of advocacy experts with lived experience. Under their leadership, in 2017, consultations were held with nearly 2,000 people living with NCDs from around the world to build and launch the advocacy agenda of people living with NCDs. It calls for opportunities for involvement of people living with NCDs in government decision-making bodies and processes that relate to NCDs. Drawing from the experience of building the advocacy agenda, a number of national NCD alliances mobilized to develop advocacy agendas of people living with NCDs for their own countries. These agendas are now being used as powerful advocacy tools. They present the needs, challenges, and priorities of people living with NCDs within their local contexts. The advocacy agendas call on the national governments to take actions towards global and national targets and put people living with NCDs at the center of national NCD responses. The NCD Diaries began in 2021 as another advocacy tool to support individuals in sharing their lived experiences of NCDs, challenges faced, and recommendations to drive change on NCDs. Later in 2021, as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Our Views, Our Voices unlock the value of lived experiences in decision-making processes through the Global Charter on Meaningful Involvement of People Living with NCDs. It brings together 500 voices from 50 countries, gathered through consultation and regional dialogues in a roadmap to achieve a true milestone. Nothing about us without us. Actors like governments, international institutions, civil society, and the private sector, are encouraged to become signatories and commit to put people at the center and leave no one behind. Join us in creating a better, healthier future by endorsing the Global Charter. My voice has to be counted. I don't want others to think of solutions that address my challenges without my involvement. Be part of making this happen.